These are the vessels I sail on. We're part of a fleet of traditional Polynesian voyaging canoes, and we hail from all different places around the Pacific. This is my crew, Ngāolofa, and we are from Samoa. And to give you a little bit of an idea about what we've been doing, I actually have a small video to watch.
Very spiritual journey for us. You know, it's a huge statement and a huge honor to our forefathers. Here we are, thousands and thousands of years later, still doing at least a fraction of what they ever achieved.
So that gives you a little bit of an idea. So it's been a pretty awesome voyage. We have people from around the Pacific, like I said. I'm from Samoa. We have canoes from Fiji, Cook Islands, Aotearoa, which you know is New Zealand, Vanuatu. So a lot of people are represented. We left New Zealand in March to make our way through the Pacific. We sailed from New Zealand up to Whakarava in French Polynesia, the Marquesas, on to Hawaii, and finally to California. And we hit San Francisco. Well, we didn't hit it, we sailed to it. And then we sailed south, and actually we had the opportunity to sail through Monterey, which was really great for all of us. But it's not all easy. The ocean is a pretty terrific force and definitely needs to be respected. The waves can be huge, and from New Zealand to Whakarava, it took us a month. So that was a month in the open ocean, going from land to land, and we learned a lot during this time, certainly the awe of the ocean. So why would we do this? There are a lot of reasons, and certainly our arrival in these island nations and the cultural exchange that happens there is awe-inspiring and does make it worth it. But there's got to be another reason. So why on earth would we do this? Why would these Pacific Islanders throw themselves into these canoes? And when I was woken up from my shift in the middle of the night, only to come on deck to what was cold and wet and exhausting, I was wondering, why am I doing this? So we are moving right now through the ocean to send this message to people, and that's to move your paddle silently through the water. We're voyaging to strengthen our ties to the sea, to renew our commitment to healthy ecosystems for future generations, and to honor our ancestors who have sailed before us. When I was in Hawaii, I was fortunate enough to participate in the Kava Bowl Ocean Summit, and this brought together people from around the world and from completely different demographics. Great scientists, great cultural leaders, storytellers, business people, all to come together to try and discover a mechanism for change. We need great science, absolutely, and certainly we need great studies, but we also need to know how to touch people and to get them to change. This is why I sail. In Polynesian navigation, we use a traditional system. The man on the left is Tua Pittman, and he's one of maybe only 15 traditional Po navigators left in the world. And this is the method that we find islands, wayfinding. We don't use a GPS, we don't use a compass, we don't have a sextant even. Instead, we use the stars and this compass. So the stars rise in the east, set in the west, and this can tell us our direction and our course. Tua is here navigating the vessel, telling the foilsmen where to go and how we get there and how to set our course. But the most important thing is that the navigator always sees this island that he's going to. It doesn't matter how many thousands of miles he is away from that landmass, what water's in the way, the conditions, he can see that island and pick it out. So I ask you, what does your island look like? What do you want it to look like, and how do you get there? This is how I want my island to look. Green, healthy, happy, sustainable, but I need to know how to set a course to be able to get there. And this is like any goal in our life. We need to see it, we need to focus on it at all times, and then we need to know how to get there. And we need to know where we are in order to know how to get there. Where are we going? What is our course? How fast are we going? And of course, where have you come from? So if we can see this island at all times, we can know how to get there. It doesn't matter where we are, what conditions might stand in the way, we can see it and we can do what we can to get there. And at all times, we can be encouraged to move our paddle silently through the water, to leave an impact on ourselves and our minds and our hearts, but not on the environment. I encourage you to find your island, to see whatever it is, if it's an awesome mark on your next test or a goal in life, or if you want to change the world, like I'm sure so many of you will. So see that goal, set your course, focus on it, and you will get there. Whawhitai tele lava, thank you so much.